Hello and welcome to Rando Rob. Each week on Rando Rob, I'll be showing and discussing one item from my large collection of collections. New shows appear every Monday, and throughout the week, I'll be adding older episodes of Rando Rob that were previously only available to my Patreon subscribers. You can watch episodes of Rando Rob on YouTube at youtube.com/Rob O'Hara. Just look for the Rando Rob playlist. Audio versions of the show are available on my website at podcast.robohara.com or through iTunes. Just search for Rando Rob. Thanks for watching or listening, and I hope you enjoy this vintage episode of Rando Rob. Anyway, as I prepare for that, I've been going through my room here where I just have piles and piles of things that I've bought or collected or whatever. And this is one of the things that I bought a few years ago. This is a handheld version of the Oregon Trail. Now, the Oregon Trail is a computer game, and this is, I believe, well, I wouldn't say launched it, but this is one of the best known edutainment, I believe is the term, because it's a video game, so it's entertainment, but it is also educational. I think that the Apple II version is probably the most popular, but it was ported to a lot of different things. I played it on the PC, but the Apple II version is where I first played it. And we had computers set up at our school in the in our gifted lab. They had like 3 computers, and they had, some just different edutainment type of software. But they always had a copy of Oregon Trail, so you could always play Oregon Trail, which was probably the most fun because it was the closest to being a video game while still learning. So if you've never played Oregon Trail, the game begins, you just have to get your wagon from point A to point B. And so it starts out, you pick who you want to be. There's a banker, there's a farmer, there's somebody else. But like the banker has the most money, and then so he's the easiest, and then it goes down from there. And then you have to go through and buy all this stuff. You have to buy wagon wheels, and you might want to buy a spare, and you got to buy an ox or 2 to pull your wagon, and you have to buy all your supplies and stuff. So it always reminded me of the game Pirates, Sid Meier's Pirates, because there's a lot of that same kind of thing. And those aren't exclusive. There's a lot of those games where you have to buy supplies before going on a mission and stuff. But it always kind of reminded me of that. And then you head out, and then it's just random interval after random event after event, and it'll tell you, hey, you've come to this river. Do you want to try and cross it? Yes or no? Well, the water seems really high. You sure you want to do it? Yes or no? Well, all your people drowned. Your ox drowned. The end. And then random events would constantly happen. Your wagon wheel would break. So if you had a spare, you could throw it on. If you didn't, you'd have to buy one from somebody who would gouge you on the price. And people would randomly have injuries. And then, of course, the most infamous injury you could see in the picture right here is that you could die of dysentery, which has kind of become a online meme. I've seen shirts of that logo, lots of different things. So anyway, on this unit, let me turn it on here. It has a very large and strange, I just watched LGR did a review of this, and I agree with him. He says this almost looks like a mini Macintosh, like an old Macintosh SE, and that big giant thing that looks like the floppy drive is the power button. So you press that in, and you can see this screen light up, and then there's the Oregon Trail. And then down at the bottom, there's a D-pad, which is diagonal shaped, and then there are 4 diagonal. It's a very strange layout. Why they wouldn't just put, a regular D-pad there, I don't know. Then you've got volume button, you've got a menu button, which is the wagon there, yes and no, and enter. And so you could say, do you want to travel the trail? Do you want to learn about the trail? See the top 10 scores. Let's pull up the top 10 scores there. These are obviously not me. These are all scores that came pre-programmed in on the machine here. There's So let me just fire this up. Let's see, we'll be the banker. And then you can see the graphics on it are not bad, you know. Now, what's interesting about this, and the LGR Lazy Games Reader pointed this out, but I noticed this right off the bat. The graphics aren't quite the Apple II version. They're better than the Apple II. My name is AAA. And, oops. Trying to get this to where now you'd pick what month you're going to start in. You have to name all your people. Then you have to go to the place where you buy all your stuff. Then you can see the little guy here where he's wanting to sell you things. I was trying to get to the game, but there's a lot of stuff you got to do before you get to the game, you know. He tells you, boy, you got to have food, you got to have oxes, you got to have or oxen. So anyway, not going to play through the whole thing, but it is Oregon Trail. There's not much to the hardware on any other side except for what you see on the front. So that's it. There's no buttons on the side, top, back, bottom, none of blah, blah. I watched a different video where they did a teardown of this, and it seems to be some sort of generic machine on a board type of thing that they've used in some of those little small portable arcade games that they sell. This is a Target exclusive, and it was a Target exclusive only in the US, and it was $24.99. Now, I will swear to you that I paid $14.99 for this. Either I had a coupon or it was in a sale thing or something, but I don't think I would have paid $25 for this. But I feel like I paid $15 for it. But I looked online, and the original MSRP was $25, and I've looked on Amazon. I just looked on Amazon, and they're selling for like $60 on there. So I don't know if they've become. I mean, I know they're not still making them. I don't know that they have a huge collectible value. I can tell you that I don't know why I bought it. I bought it because I liked Oregon Trail as a kid. But I'm sure, I've never looked if there's a version of Oregon Trail for the iPhone, but there is, it's on everything else, you know, so I don't know why I would necessarily want one to play in the car, or, you know, when I'm out mobile, and then to not be on my phone, right, to be like a separate thing that you're carrying in your backpack, and then, you know, people are like, what's that, you know, is that a new Game Boy thing or something? I go, no, it's just Oregon Trail, it just plays one game. So it's I don't, you know, when we did the Amigathon a few months ago and I was looking for things to give away, I had this on my list of things to give away. I was going to give this away as a prize, and then I couldn't find it the day of the show, and so I was like, well, take that off the list, and then it turned up later. So I was actually going to give this away as a prize, but never got around to it. So you know, I've bought while out thrifting and shopping, I've bought a lot of those, the old Mattel, like football games. I love the old football LED game. And I've bought the basketball and the soccer ones too. And there's a lot of Simon knockoffs that you'll find, but the football was my favorite. And I probably have 10 of them. And one day I went with a new set of batteries and none of them worked. Like absolutely none of them. And I opened them up and looked inside to see if there was anything, you know, obvious like broken wires or corrosion or something. I couldn't figure out anything what was wrong with them. I cleaned the battery compartments out, you know, cleaned off the little springs and stuff, nothing. So I guess, I don't know if those wear out over time or if they die or whatever. So I guess what I'm saying is if you want to play Oregon Trail, you better hurry up. This thing might not work forever. But yeah, it's a fun little thing, and have it on the shelf, and every now and then someone will show up and say, oh, I remember playing Oregon Trail, and you hand that to them and go, well, here you go, play that, you know, and keep hoping somebody will take it with them, but it keeps staying here. So I guess when I get my shelves set up back there, it will have to go up on a shelf for display. So anyway, so this is Rando Rob item. I don't know what we're up to, 50? We're close to 50 now. And most of them have just been things in this room on shelves, random objects. So this is whatever number we're up to, but the Oregon Trail. So if you want to take your chance at surviving dysentery and random injuries and sickness and broken bones and being attacked by robbers or whatever, it's all in this tiny little box right here. You can enjoy that. Talk to y'all soon.